from the CBS Bay Area studios, this is KPIX 5 News.
The U.S. and its allies launched airstrikes against Syria. What was targeted and what Syria is saying this morning.
And Warriors fans will watch their team kick off the playoffs later today. But this morning, every seat in the Oakland Arena is already filled. A live report coming up.
And caught on body cam, Bay Area police chat with a YouTube shooter a few hours before the rampage. It's just about 6 o'clock on this Saturday, April 14th. Good morning. Thanks for joining us. I'm Devin Fehely.
And I'm Julie Watts. And we are standing by with a special report on details developing in Syria. So we may cut out of our local broadcast, but before that happens, let's get started with a check of our forecast this morning. And I got to tell you, this is going to be a beautiful Saturday, but big changes for Sunday. So if you got those outdoor plans, today is the day. Right now, we do have some cloud cover, a little bit of cloud cover out there, but starting off with mostly clear skies. And temperatures are in the mid 40s for Livermore, near 50 degrees for Concord, Oakland, 50 in San Jose, 44 right now in Santa Rosa. Futurecast showing mostly clear skies to start, but we will see those clouds increase as we make our way through the day. Take a look at this. Really seeing that cloud cover increase overnight tonight and early Sunday. By tomorrow, showers moving into the region beginning in the North Bay by about lunchtime and slowly sinking south. We'll time that out for you coming up in just a bit, but your weather headlines: a clear start with a bit of a sea breeze, and then sun and seasonable for today. Rain returns on Sunday. Devin, back to you.
Thousands packed a stadium in Soweto, South Africa today to pay tributes to civil rights activist Winnie Mandela. She died April 2nd at age 81. She battled to keep South Africa's anti-apartheid struggle in the international spotlight while her then husband Nelson Mandela was in prison. That was from 1963 to 1990. She remained active in civil rights issues after Nelson Mandela's release from prison and after the divorce in 1996. The U.S. and its European allies launched precision airstrikes in Syria this morning. The mission is in retaliation for last Saturday's suspected chemical attack that killed dozens of Syrian civilians, including children. Terry Okita has the latest.
U.S., British, and French forces unleashed more than 100 missiles on Syria, targeting a scientific research center and 2 suspected chemical weapons storage facilities.
The purpose of our actions tonight is to establish a strong deterrent against the production, spread, and use of chemical weapons.
The strikes came hours before a team of international inspectors was set to arrive in Douma, the site of a suspected chlorine gas attack 1 week ago that killed more than 40 people. The U.S. and its allies say there's proof Syria is responsible, not the rebels, because a government helicopter delivered the chemicals inside a barrel bomb.
The opposition does not operate helicopters or use barrel bombs.
In Damascus, hundreds of Syrians are protesting the U.S.-led strikes, honking horns in a show of defiance and shouting, "We are your men, Bashar." America and its allies claim they are not calling for regime change, but say Assad will be held accountable if he continues gassing his people.
But right now, this is a one-time shot, and I believe that it sent a very strong message to dissuade him, to deter him from doing this again.
The U.S. says the coalition destroyed important infrastructure, a setback to Syria's chemical weapons program. Russia and Iran condemn the strikes on Syria and vow to stand by their ally, warning there will be consequences. Terry Okita, CBS News, London.
This is the second time that President Trump has ordered airstrikes in Syria. Last year, the U.S. launched cruise missiles after Assad used sarin gas on civilians. Bay Area lawmakers are split on the strikes. In a statement, Congressman Mark Desaulniers of Concord said, "The military situation in Syria is incredibly complex, but Assad's heinous use of chemical agents on Syria's civilian population must be met with a strong response." Fellow Democrat Eric Swalwell of Dublin slammed the president's approach, tweeting, "We cannot allow Syria's use of chemical weapons. We also cannot allow an unhinged or hinged president to unilaterally take America to war." We're keeping a close eye on the situation in Syria. Stay with KPIX 5 and CBSSF.com for continuing coverage on air and online.
The Justice Department wants Oakland leadership to answer questions about the city's sanctuary policy for undocumented immigrants. Now, the department sent a letter to Mayor Libby Schaaf. It expresses concern about Oakland's policy, which calls for police and other city employees not to cooperate with immigration or border patrol agents. The letter suggests that policy may violate federal law and put grants from the Justice Department in jeopardy. Similar letters have been sent to other cities and counties. A statement from Oakland City Attorney Barbara Parker reads in part, "We will continue to focus our resources on fighting crime rather than tearing apart Oakland families and making our city less safe. We will respond to the letter at the appropriate time." Well, a new name may be in the future for an elaborate game of tag following criticism the game has racist undertones. Now, the name of the game is La Migra, slang for Immigrations and Customs Enforcement. High school students in Benicia gathered last night for the annual event where seniors give underclassmen a 10-minute head start before they jump in their cars and try to hunt them down before they reach their final destination.
I knew when I was a freshman, I didn't really know what La Migra meant, so I guess that's for everybody that's like younger than us, but now knowing what it means, I definitely think that we should change the name.
Now, the game dates back more than a decade, and last night students told KPIX 5 they will be changing the name in the future. To be clear, this is not a school-sponsored event.
A big chunk of Highway 101 in the North Bay could be ready for drivers as early as tonight. Caltrans says the Novato Narrows is now wider, and this latest segment moves Highway 101 to the west of the Marin-Sonoma County line. It also includes a new flood-proof bridge over the San Antonio Creek. The section will initially open as 2 southbound lanes. 2 northbound lanes should be open by the end of the year. The goal is to open 3 lanes in each direction by 2022.
The Golden State Warriors begin their latest NBA playoff run today, and our Jackie Ward is live in Oakland with the team's preparations.
Like Christmas morning for the Warriors around here. We're back in the playoffs, and in just a few hours, fans will be filing into the parking lot getting ready to go. You know it's time for the playoffs when Oracle Arena turns into a sea of gold. So the ever-faithful Deb Nation is not focusing on the fact the Warriors lost 10 out of their last 17 games. You got to remember, we haven't had Steph since March 1st, and the team has dealt with a slew of other injuries as well. Coach Steve Kerr is as calm, cool, and collected as always. Here's what he had to say earlier this week.
In the end, it's what you do in the playoffs, and that's the test, that's the challenge, and we'll see what happens.
The Warriors are facing a familiar foe, the San Antonio Spurs, who will also be missing their best player, Kawhi Leonard. Leonard has been ruled out of at least Game 1 after dealing with an injury all season long. And don't expect Steph Curry to play in the first round at all. However, the rest of the starters are ready to go. So let's focus on the players we do have because they are pretty darn good. Tip-off against the Spurs is at noon. That means the parking lot here at Oracle will open at the doors will open at 10:30. The parking lot will open sometime before then. From Oracle Arena, Jackie Ward, KPIX 5.
The CHP now says a mother was drunk when she drove her family off an ocean cliff in Mendocino County. Toxicology tests show that Jennifer Hart had a .10 blood alcohol level. Investigators also say her wife and 2 of the couple's children had a significant amount of an ingredient commonly found in Benadryl in their system that can cause sleepiness. And no one in the car was apparently wearing a seatbelt. Investigators are still piecing together a motive, but authorities in Washington state had opened a child abuse investigation just days before the crash. 100 lawsuits allege that PG&E is responsible for potentially billions of dollars in damages in the deadly Wine Country wildfires. A key hearing is set for next month in San Francisco. The judge will hear arguments on the issue of whether the utility is legally liable for damage caused by the electric lines, even if it was not negligent. The fires began last October. It burned nearly 250,000 acres and damaged or destroyed nearly 15,000 homes. 44 people were killed. It's still unclear exactly what started those fires. And another wildfire lawsuit expanded against a senior care home in Santa Rosa. Residents of Villa Capri and Fountain Grove claim that staff members abandoned at least a third of the nearly 70 residents as the fires approached.
Well, car break-ins in San Francisco are down 17% compared to last year, and the city and the police department want to keep their momentum going. To prevent break-ins, they've increased foot patrols, created an investigation team, and are now training 36 officers to collect and analyze fingerprints from a break-in scene. And they're not stopping there.
But, again, the status quo is not okay on our streets, and as a city, we are not going to rest on our laurels.
This week, the city also announced its Park Smart campaign, a series of ads that will encourage people not to leave valuables in their car. Police will also work to create a stronger fingerprint database that they hope will lead to more arrests.
The Bay Area's ferry fleet is getting ready to go green. San Francisco city officials just announced that all ferries will soon run on eco-friendly fuel. They'll be the first in the nation to use renewable diesel. The fuel is made of fat, vegetable oils, and grease. Conversions are expected to be completed sometime next year.
Meanwhile, Caltrain bicyclists will get first dibs on bike cars come Monday with new bike boarding programs aimed at improving efficiency. Now, Mountain View, Palo Alto, and Redwood city stations will test this system for 5 weeks. Caltrain says bike boarding problems caused almost 23 hours worth of delays back in 2017. With the new bike cars, the agency says cyclists will be able to avoid navigating through crowds and ultimately slash the number of delays. It is a good day to head to the beach, head to Santa Cruz, head to Capitola, one of my favorite spots. We'll take a look outside and your weather headlines to start off your day. We are off to a clear start with a little bit of a sea breeze. Sun, seasonal on Saturday, but rain does return Sunday. So if you're heading to the beach, today's the day to do it. Maybe you want to head to Berkeley, the Berkeley Bay Festival today. Shorebird Park, plenty of sunshine, temperatures in the upper 60s, and most of us will be flirting with temperatures in the upper 60s, low 70s today. Right now, though, we're off to a chilly start, near 50 degrees for many locations, 45 in Livermore and 44 in Santa Rosa this morning. Now, satellite perspective shows we do have that high pressure in place, that ridge staying put for the day, and that's going to keep clouds out of the way and lots of sunshine, nice mild temperatures. Tomorrow, however, big changes are in the forecast. Take a look at Futurecast. We start to see the front up north that begins tomorrow morning. Will slowly sink south throughout the day, so that is the main front for tomorrow. Behind it, however, we will likely see scattered showers through the day on Monday, through much of the day on Monday, that post-frontal rain, unstable air mass. So do keep in mind, you're going to want to hold that umbrella, keep it handy for the next couple of days. Warmest day of the week, that's today, folks. Tomorrow, showers begin as early as lunchtime in the North Bay, and then cooler than average for next week, where showers continue through at least Monday. Forecast today, right around average or slightly above, depending on where you are. Concord at 74, San Jose 73. Those temperatures are above average for this time of year. A look around the bay. Your high temperatures today topping out in the mid-70s for some of the warmest spots in the South Bay. Los Gatos, Morgan Hill. Closer to the 70-degree mark for Sunnyvale, Santa Clara, San Jose today. 65 in Hayward. Mid-60s at the beach today. Excuse me. Upper 70s for your inland locations like Brentwood, Antioch, and Pittsburgh. Manisha at 71, 71 in Vallejo today. Around the bay, temperatures near that mid-60s range. So 64 Sausalito, San Francisco, 67 in Berkeley, 60 Daly City, 72 in Santa Rosa. And farther north, we're talking low 70s for Lakeport, Clear Lake, and Cloverdale. Your extended forecast shows a little something for everyone today. Upper 70s for our warmest locations, plenty of sunshine. Really going to be a beautiful day. Pretty seasonal. Tomorrow, however, showers begin again midday in the North Bay, and then that front moves south throughout the day and into the evening. Probably San Jose going to see it by tomorrow evening. We've got that post-frontal rain for Monday, so scattered showers throughout the day. Drying Tuesday, another chance of showers. Thursday, bottom line, today is the day to get out there and enjoy it, Devin.